So guys, you know that this Igbo hatred did not even start today, because I believe that Ojukwu have also come out to say something about that this coup is not Igbo coup. Why didn't anybody believe him? But now everybody's believing the one Ibrahim said. Do you see where the hatred started from? Other guys will hear what Ojukwu said, and then I'll be to you guys in a minute.
Now let's get it straight. The young officers had within Igbos, Yorubas, and Hausas. The way the Nigerian army was structured, you could not escape a preponderance of Igbo officers. And these were at the middle level because they were essentially majors. By then I was a lieutenant colonel, so I wasn't part of it. I was then commanding a battalion in Kanu. The coup ostensibly, because I later found out that the whole aim of the coup was to halt this apparent drift in Nigeria. But significantly, you know what they wanted to do? To create a presidential commission of army officers as a safeguard to the people who would guard the nation, and hand over government to Chief Obafemi Awolowo. The idea was to release him from prison, make him prime minister, and in the hope that Nigeria would become a better place. That is actually how.
So it was really the Yorubas and their leader that were going to benefit.
Oh, absolutely.
From the coup, not the insinuation that it was an Igbo coup.
No, certainly not.
Okay.
Certainly.
Your Excellency, we have
And not only that, and I think because a lot of things have been said about this.
Yes.
Who actually halted the coup? Aguiyi Ironsi in Lagos, an Igbo. Emeka Odumegwu Ojukwu in Kano, an Igbo. The Igbos halted the coup. How can it be at the same time an Igbo coup halted by Igbos? There's something odd about that.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Many Northerners knew about the coup that was to take place that night.
I don't know how many is many, and I don't
will tell you.
Know.
I will tell you.
For one, I speak for myself. I don't know.
Alhaji Yusuf knew.
He was in a position to know because
Thank you very much.
He was a police officer. I don't know him.
Thank you very much. Apart from him, if he knew, he was in a position to know.
Many people knew.
He was there. Oh,
many Nigerians knew. Many Igbos knew.
That's what
there were suggestions of coup.
That's what I want to tell you.
But not 15th of January.
Alhaji Yusuf knew of the coup of the 14th night.
Is that so?
Yes.
Good.
Let me tell you that he knew. He also told the Sadwana.
He did?
I say he did. He's here.
Good.
Isn't he here?
Who, Sadwana?
Who was the commander, the brigade commander of in the north, in Kaduna?
Brigadier Ademaloko.
He knew about the coup.
He did?
Yes.
Well, he did then.
Good. He told Sadwana about the coup.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay. He told him.
He advised Sadwana that it was better that they take him to the Chad or Niger.
I heard so too.
Very well.
Yeah, I heard the story.
Oh, you have heard it. We are all hearing the same thing because we are the same age.
Yes.
Now, Akintola knew.
I heard he knew.
Good. And he flew to Kaduna on that Friday afternoon to brief Ahmadu Bello.
So I heard.
Thank you. Abubakar knew.
He did?
Yes.
Well, okay.
Did you hear he knew?
He knew.
Yes.
He knew.
The British High Commissioner wanted to provide him a room at the commission and he refused. Do you know that?
So they knew. The British High Commissioner knew.
I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that because you mentioned a foreign government.
I know what I know. I don't know what they know.
Did you hear later that the British High Commissioner said, my friend, sit, come in my room, come and I'll keep you, the flag will protect you, because that night something was going to happen.
My lord, this was not my evidence, but we are enriched.
It's not your evidence. I'm asking you what you know or what you have heard about this coup.
Oh, sorry.
Unless you took part and want to hide it.
You can investigate me.
It's too late.
It's never too late.
All right.
Crime is a crime.
Let us find out what you heard or what you know.
Yes. Before or after the event?
Before the coup.
Well, all this you say, I never knew before the coup.
Do you know that there was a Commonwealth conference that night?
I know of it, yes.
Good. That the one Mr. Wilson was the Prime Minister.
Who?
Wilson.
Yes, Harold Wilson.
't you hear that he also offered Abubakar the frigate that was in Apapa?
I must have read it somewhere.
Thank you very much. You read them?
Yes.
After the coup?
I read or heard of them after the coup.
Did you investigate them?
It's not my duty to investigate.
Thank you.
He's talking about.
Show him this document. My lord, I apply to tender it. Copy of the Outlook.
Yes.
Just wait. When it is tendered. We still have it.
Is army victims in the 1966 coup.
That is
Exhibit 104. Army victims in 1966 I think it's incident T is missing.
Fascinating. Many of the key figures in this book and who shaped the history of our country are here with us today. And that tells another story all by itself. And that is something truly unique about Nigeria. Our ability to move beyond the past, no matter how bitter, and no matter how adversarial our past relationships may have been, and to still come together. So seated amongst us here today is General Yakubu Gowon, who became Nigeria's head of state at the age of 32 and led the country for 9 years. His government was overthrown in 1975 by a coup involving the then Brigadier Olusegun Obasanjo and the then Brigadier Theophilus Danjuma, and the author himself, I confirm, the then Lieutenant Colonel Babangida, who was then commander of the newly formed Armored Corps. Also involved in that coup were the then Lieutenant Colonels Muhammadu Buhari, Lieutenant Colonel Sani Bello, who is here also, and Lieutenant Colonel Sani Sami. Yet, here we are today with former President Obasanjo, General Danjuma, and of course the author himself present, not as adversaries of the author, but as witnesses to history, celebrating a fellow statesman. In a striking turn of fate, the author notes that it was President Obasanjo who, after the tragic assassination of General Murtala Mohammed, insisted that a young Lieutenant Colonel Babangida be appointed to the Supreme Military Council, making him its youngest member at the time. Also represented here is the immediate past president, Muhammadu Buhari, another leader whose path intertwined with Babangida. It was former President Babangida who played a key role in the coup that brought President Buhari to power in 1983, and later in another coup that removed him and brought Babangida himself into power. Yet today, President Buhari is represented at this occasion, celebrating the man who overthrew him and detained him for 3.5 years, his one-time old adversary, former President Babangida. And then, of course, there's a gentleman here who was an elected senator in 1992 in the course of Babangida's transition program. When Babangida annulled the 1993 election and General Abacha took over and dissolved the Senate, that senator tried to reconstitute the Senate in resistance to the dissolution. He was detained, charged to court. He escaped into exile. Today, he is also here to celebrate with his former tormentors. But as President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The third reason why this 420-page book is important is because it unveils one of the most enigmatic leaders.
The hatred of the Igbos did not start today. It started a long time ago, because tell me how this man have been saying this thing and yet nobody believed him. But immediately IBB came out and said it, everybody believed him. You see that the hatred of the Igbos did not start today. And it's still happening in Nigeria, because I don't think it's going to stop until they divide this country in Nigeria. Because tell me one reason why is Nnamdi Kanu say something and then another person say something, but what makes the person the criminal is because of the tribe he is from. Because Nnamdi Kanu said, let this country divide. Ndigbo, as an example, say the same thing, but Nnamdi Kanu was called a terrorist because he is an Igbo man. But Ndigbo was let go and live his life because he's not an Igbo man. You see how these things have happened in this country, and then tomorrow somebody is opening mouth to tell me that this country is one. We can never be one, and we will not be one because of this hatred in Igbo that have started since 1990, how many years ago, till today is still happening in Nigeria. We have somebody who do something and he get punished because he's an Igbo man. Another person do something and he goes to punish because he's an Igbo man. Just take a look at what happened in the protest that happened in August. The Igbo did not join that protest. There was no killing. They only arrested them. There was no killing. But check what happened in the NSAS protest that Igbos were among. They fired a lot of people in Lagos State because, and at the end, they even said that the Igbos were the ones that started the protest, that the Igbos want to divide Nigeria. That's why they went ahead with that protest, this and that. Always looking for a way to put blames on the Igbos. So that was the August protest and the October protest. The Igbos said that they are not putting hand, and they did not put hand, and the protest went peacefully. So assuming Igbo joined, that protest wouldn't have gone peacefully because of what? The hatred is much. And I keep on asking, why didn't people believe Ojukwu, but they believed Babangida? That is a question of the day, and I would like guys to air your views in the comment section. I'll be with you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned, guys.